So a few months back, KKandbabyJ posted up some horse doo-doo Q&A on their vlog channel sometime around Christmas. I don't know, they're wrapping presents, so obviously this was based in December. Don't really care about confirming the actual date because it doesn't really matter in the end. I just know they stated some very contradictive crap in this video that highly goes against Karen's little infertility story and her apparent miscarriages. Now the runtime for this video was roughly 30 minutes or so, and I'm no DCP. I'm not trying to keep every single word and sentence to dissect and claim that reacting to a question that has nothing to do with children helps them in any way. So I cut out all the dribble that I deem not worthy for me to answer because Daddy Apoc doesn't give a damn about Karen buying more jewelry. Okay, let's talk about how much I hate my life. Why act all shy now, my guy? This dude vlogs half naked all the time. Or is he just trying to be funny with fetus humor? Just like when he dressed up as Karen for Halloween. Shit was real cringe.
Sorry about that, guys. Didn't see you there.
Well, that's because no one actually was there. It's a camera. He didn't even have to include this bit. But Qual likes all those little, isn't he just so cute and quirky affirmations from the weird ass preteens who watch them. Too bad the definition of quirky is a girl that thinks she's different but is actually basic as and is annoying as hell. I mean, yeah.
Alright, we are Christmas. Ow.
Now that's a good old family friendly ass slap right there.
When's the next Bates podcast?
That was one of them.
What's holding back the Bates podcast? Who's holding back the Bates podcast?
Okay, we get it. Karen sucks.
Are there any deal breakers in your relationship? Like, basically meaning like, if this happens, there's no going back.
Maybe delaying the podcast.
If that was the case, Karen would be homeless by now.
Cheating is mine.
Oh, obviously. That's not everyone's.
No, some people have open relationships, like...
It's hard to imagine that Karen is a full functioning adult, but I guess we can use the word functioning pretty loosely here, and full, because she's full of crap. I mean, she literally has zero pull when it comes to their YouTube success. She can't even get her fitness brand off the ground, even though she has a huge advantage with the amount of followers she has. Even my petty ass is making more money shitposting than she is from staying in her light. An open relationship isn't cheating. It's a mutual decision where both partners agree to bring someone else into their bed. Kind of like Jess Fam's situation, even though she said she had to get drunk to do it. But I guess by Karen's logic, Chris is actively cheating on Jess with the female that they chose together. This is quite funny though, coming from Karen, the chick that not long ago was swapping spit with her teacher friend at Taylor's wedding rehearsal, not to mention is most likely buddies with Corinna. So again, by her own logic and words, Karen is actively cheating on Qual.
Yeah, I think that's like the main one, but...
Yeah, and lies.
Really? With how much do they lie? I figure that'd be a turn on.
Yeah.
And no appetite. You gotta eat. Karen, whenever we first started dating, you ate a lot, didn't you?
Well, my metabolism isn't as fast as it used to be.
If not having an appetite is a dope breaker for Qual, then why is he even with her anymore? I mean, it's clear as day that she doesn't eat. He just shaded her. But this does help my case even further that her passion for fitness is nothing but a bunch of baloney. Even if true, her metabolism would have changed by now with good eating habits and working out. She's almost 2 years deep into kick-ass and her apparent healthy lifestyle, but if she actually took all those things seriously and truly did apply them to her life, there would be no complaints about dog water metabolisms. And to make one thing clear, I really don't give a damn if she treats her body like shit by shoveling garbage in it, or if she wants to live in this warped reality where she thinks she's even remotely healthy or fit. But what I do care about is that she promotes herself as such to a bunch of young girls who idolize her for some reason and look up to her. And when she spews crap like this,
it's important for me to stay healthy for mainly my family, and I want them to see how I take care of myself so that in return they will take care of themselves and know that you only have one body. You need to treat it right.
That's what I press issue with, because she does none of those things. It's quite embarrassing for someone with a brand based around fitness and who apparently has this big passion for it, literally has nothing to show for it years later down the road, knows nothing about metabolisms, knows nothing about working out or proper form, even with 2 trainers at her disposal. She's learned nothing.
Excuses.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Wouldn't be the first time they had excuses.
What's one purchase you really regret? I'll say it for both of us.
What?
The Audi R8. I had high expectations for that car because it was my dream car.
It's funny how she had high expectations for a car that apparently was her dream car, but literally knew nothing about the car itself. It's almost like she just bought it because it was fast and shiny.
She was never a car enthusiast, and there's a difference between a car enthusiast and someone that just likes cars. Someone who likes a car is like, oh wow, that's a sick car, I would drive that. And then if you have the money, oh, I'd buy that and drive it.
I hope Kwa knows he just low-key called Karen materialistic, which is just the best thing ever, because what both of these cutie pies love to push out is that their goals are not based around materialism or material possessions, but that's literally all their goals are based around. There's the bougie house, the sports cars, the boat, and all the Gucci. It all just screams, look at me. I mean, Karen bought the Audi R8 just because she liked it. She didn't even know anything about it, which was just confirmed by Kwa, but apparently that's not materialism, according to them, even though the actual context to buying the car in the first place was based upon a bet. Normal people can't just go off and buy a $200,000 sports car on a whim.
You're someone that just likes the car, and that's a very expensive thing just to like and not be passionate about.
Hey, kinda like Kick-Ass.
What job do you think the boys will have in the future?
None. I mean, look at their examples.
I think Landon will be either something in the medical field because he loves doing like doctor and vet stuff.
Yeah, I highly doubt that Karen and Kwa will push their children to do jobs outside of social media.
And then Jackson, honestly, I feel like he's gonna be a TikToker.
That's more like it.
Yeah, I don't know something yet. He's a wild card.
He'll be a mama's boy. Mama will pay for everything.
Yeah.
No.
This room will become his and he'll never leave.
So Landon is the doctor, Jackson's the TikToker, and Sutton's the leech. That's exactly how I pictured it.
Are you guys wanting to visit Lana and Luzu?
Yes.
Right now with the world being crazy, like it's completely up to her.
One would think that the global pandemic would stop Karen from even wanting to go see the baby to protect it. You know, the new life that's vulnerable, that has a weak immune system that needs to be built up over time. I mean, as an adult and a decent human, we all need to put aside our wants and needs for the greater good, and in this situation, the greater good here is making sure that little baby does not get sick or gets this virus. But go figure, Karen really doesn't seem to give a damn about the pandemic. I mean, I'm not shocked. This is the same chick who met up with her friend Pam during the 2-week peak of the virus, right in the middle of mandatory quarantine, just to clickbait the pregnancy as her own for money, and then came out with some doo-doo-ass apology.
Sorry for the clickbait, guys. Sorry we put lives at risk, guys.
Yet seemed to be pulling the same crap by traveling everywhere, not to mention constantly having parties off camera and have other traveling YouTubers stay at their house like Elle Mills and Corinna. Oh, and again, let's not forget about when Karen swapped spit with another female during all of this, yet she wants to fly out across the country to expose the baby to all her shit decisions. Pretty sus. And I know I'm a man with a man's opinion, but as someone who truly did experience child loss, I wouldn't be caught dead putting a new life at risk like that, because I actually know the pain of it. Kind of weird for someone like Karen, who apparently just lost multiple children throughout the past year and started a whole ass infertility journey, wants to travel out of state to go see a brand new baby during a global crisis with no regards towards the baby's health, or anyone's for that matter. I mean, either she's an asshole that just doesn't care, or she's just a damn liar who's been using fake child loss for financial gain. I'm guessing both.
But I know it's also it's her first baby, it's a special time, like I don't know, you know, I don't want to be pushy and be like, give me your baby, let me hold him.
Let me affect him.
Again, one would think she wouldn't want to be pushy because, you know, there's a global pandemic going on.
Any plans of traveling soon?
Ooh, North Carolina.
Yeah, but again, times are crazy right now. So who knows when that'll happen.
Didn't she just go on about how she'll travel to Cali to go see a baby if Lana says it's all Gucci? But now Karen doesn't want to travel with just her family with basically zero risk towards others because of the pandemic and everything going on right now? Bruh.
Where did you get your glasses?
I'm guessing from her.
Is your lake house your forever home?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say Yeah, because I feel like we change our minds.
Yeah, so this is where more materialism comes into play. Like I said, they both like to live in this warped reality where they believe they're not materialistic because their goals are not directly based around money, but instead of what money can buy, which makes no sense because materialism is based upon material possessions. And Qua likes to do this whole song and dance about how people hate him for his dreams, but no one actually cares about what he decides to buy with his money. It's how it's presented, or at least the context of the purchase itself, such as the lake home. Even though it apparently was their dream since high school, they based the whole reason they rushed moving into the lake house 5 to 10 years early, whatever, off of a need for safety. But on their podcast, they have an entire episode providing full context as to why they moved and bought the lake house, but safety was never even mentioned.
So why now? Why now did we get the house? Why didn't we like wait a little bit?
Buy later?
Yeah. It's kind of an impulse.
You really freaking wanted to?
Well, you put it in my head and then you can't take it back.
Okay, so this is how we moved
Babe,
into
you
the
can't
house.
bring me to a house.
Now, for those of you who don't know, an impulse means a sudden, strong, unreflective urge or desire to act, meaning there was no thought before purchasing something they desired, which in this case was the lake house. They liked it, they wanted it, they had the money, so they pulled the trigger and bought it, which is fine. This isn't about their goals or success. There's just no truth to their words anymore. Not that there ever was. They are literally living their dream, and yet it seems like nothing is good enough for them because Karen is here questioning things, questioning the dream. When you have a dream and achieve it, it's okay to have more goals, but this isn't a pair of pants, it's a $2.3 million home. And the fact that she's so willing to consider moving again based off of just a mind change just screams materialism.
No, this is,
You
baby,
think so?
this is it, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I change my mind.
What? How?
I don't know, like I don't know.
Seem real enthusiastic living their dream life, huh? Imagine thinking you're not bougie or materialistic when you're not even 2 years deep, living into your apparent dream home that's worth $2.3 million, and then changing your mind shortly after moving in, on top of not actually knowing the reason why you changed your mind in the first place. Seems much like the Audi R8 ordeal, where there was an impulse purchase and high expectations, but not actually knowing a thing about the damn house.
I just wish there was an in-home gym, like inside here. But, you know, once the kids leave, like off to college, we can do whatever we want.
Did she really just base the reason why she's changed her mind on the lake house being their forever home off of it not having an indoor gym, even though she does have one? Cool. I mean, even if true, maybe if she was more passionate about fitness, she wouldn't have jumped the gun and bought a house without space for gym equipment. But I guess it's what you get for having unrealistic high expectations, which also makes me think there was no house buying process. This was it for them. They went to this house. They had the money. That, or I don't know, maybe she's lying about her love for fitness. She seems to have a laundry list of excuses as to why she can't work out, even down to blaming her kid's presence.
Yeah, but wait, why do we need an in-home gym when we have one in the garage?
Because when it's hot, it's just like hot.
But yes, this is our forever home.
Real convincing. So blames the kids, blames kidney stones, blames her fake ass miscarriages and the pandemic, and now she's blaming the damn weather. For someone who claimed
Not being able to go to the gym is messing with my mental state.
she sure now has many excuses as to why she can't work out. And when it comes to this whole forever home thing, Karen's not alone here. Qua can go on and on and on about how this is it for them, but not long after this Q&A, he's talking about how David Dobrik's house is goals. Which is funny because he bags on people for hating on his goals, but apparently both Karen and Qua hate on their own.
Any more pets?
Ooh, we should get another German Shepherd, but all black. Mora would have a friend place all the time, and it would look awesome.
Look awesome, huh? I wonder what he meant by that.
Just like, oh, it'd be so cool to buy a Lamborghini, you know? Like, you're not really gonna buy a Lamborghini, but it's cool, that'd be so cool.
So apparently to them, buying a dog, bringing a brand new life into your family is the same thing as buying a Lamborghini. Okay, dude didn't say having an all-black German Shepherd would be awesome. He said it would look awesome, like an expensive car. For someone who claims he's not materialistic whatsoever, his words make that come into question.
You got the lake house, the boat, the kids. What's next for KKandbabyJ?
Oh yeah, that's on it.
Well, it doesn't really matter because nothing is ever good enough for them.
Businesses and helping our audience.
Yeah, their version of helping out others is giving away the shit that they don't want anymore. First it was an old vlog camera, then they skipped a month even though they said they wanted to help every month, and now it's their old podcast mics. Whenever these two decide they want to give back, it's either a scam where they make the their own audience crowdfund one of their giveaways, or it's old and used things they don't want. They never actually seem to want to put out any actual physical money to give back to the community that they apparently are so grateful for.
No more toys, no more big purchases.
Yeah,
no
we
more
have
anything.
everything we want.
Like, there's nothing tangible anyone can ever get me that would make me happier than I am now.
Didn't this dude just go on about how buying a Lamborghini would be cool? If nothing else can make you happy, then why does that mindset to possess other things still exist? Especially since Qua apparently already has his dream car. You know, that the one that he was trying to sell.
The only thing that would make me happy is time with friends and family, and also time with you guys. What?
And another baby. Just one more.
Why is she asking him? Apparently she can't have anymore.
We can go and get the scar tissue taken out or whatever she said. I honestly blocked out after, like, you probably won't get pregnant.
That's another question, is if we're still trying. So yes and no, because there's issues that I'd have to take care of, but you know, maybe a miracle will happen, right?
So by her own words, even though she has issues to take care of, such as her secondary infertility and scar tissue damage that's causing her to lose babies left and right, apparently, she's not actively trying to prevent a pregnancy from happening, which means she's basically asking for it to happen all over again. Maybe she should go see a damn specialist instead of hoping for a miracle.
Oh, and another question was, is all we do social media? Not at all.
That'd be nice.
Oh, that'd be nice, Qual, huh? So do you not actually like working?
Well, there was a time where we mainly did that. Like
And that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a huge payout for little work. That's why he wishes it was still the same, because they actually have to do more now than just pick up a camera and talk. But this does debunk a little argument their little cronies like to use on me.
YouTube is their lowest income.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then why did Karen just admit that for a time vlogging is all they did? Not to mention, Qual took a 3-year hiatus from real estate right after they started making money on this platform.
Like, I want to be 40 and just chilling.
They literally vlog their life and showcase nothing but hauls, swimming, and redecorating parts of the house. Chilling is all she does, aside from her 20-minute meetings for Kick-Ass every Tuesday.
I think social media will will always be a part of our life. Even if we're not on it as much,
We'll always
have
have
a
a
presence.
presence.
Yeah, as in, don't worry guys, even if we disappear from vlogging, we'll randomly pop back in for all those sweet sponsorships and brand deals.
Best advice you ever received. Don't take constructive criticism from anyone who hasn't constructed anything.
Oh, so by that, when his community gave him and Karen some constructive criticism on why using someone else's pregnancy and breaking mandatory quarantine was wrong, they both were actually lying in their apology videos saying that they would do better, because by Qua's little motto here, he doesn't take criticism for his YouTube, his job, from non-YouTubers, from people who don't work on YouTube. That's the stupidest take I've ever heard.
Because there's gonna be a lot of people, whenever you tell them like your dreams and aspirations, they're like, oh no, like you should do it like this, like this. So like, who are they to tell you like this is how you should do it? Or like, no, it'll never work out. Or no, you shouldn't even try. Because like, they've never tried anything, you know?
So basically what he just said was that no one else can have an opinion on his dreams and aspirations or even suggest a way to go about things. But he has the authority to just randomly assume that those people have done nothing with their lives. How would he even know if someone is successful or not when he literally knows nothing about them? I criticized Karen's little fitness brand or whatever the hell it's going by these days because I've been extremely successful in fitness and I did my own research and my own hard ass work. So it's very easy for me to see that she has no idea what she's doing or what she's talking about when it comes to being fit or anything based around being healthy. But I guess by their logic, someone who looks like this and this or even this hasn't constructed anything and is not allowed to say anything about these two.
Like, as long as you know you're not lazy, or as long as you're not full of yourself, and you just have a goal and then you go towards it without thinking about what anyone else thinks of you, good or bad, because you can't please everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never, ever.
It's pretty hilarious because they act like they live by this or something. These two are literally the most pressed people I've ever seen on this platform, but claim that they are numb to the hate, yet at every turn highlight anything that's not up their ass. So they can go on and on and on about not getting caught up in what others are saying, good or bad. Yet when someone is brown-nosing them, they praise them, and when there's even the slightest bit of criticism, he calls those people pathetic haters. When it's just having an opinion, giving constructive criticism can be a good thing because it can help you make you and your business even better. And when you don't absorb that, you won't do better. But apparently KK can't handle that sort of thing. Maybe that's why their YouTube channel is dying.
Are you planning on having the scar tissue removed and try for number 4?
Nope, she's just gonna keep on pushing it off because it's all bullshit.
So right now, I still need to go and get a full workup done of my hormone levels, scar tissue, everything. I haven't done that.
Why would she need to go get her hormone levels checked? Apparently she was already diagnosed with bad scar tissue over the phone and was told she couldn't have any more babies. If you haven't done any of that yet, how could you be diagnosed? By her own words, her diagnosis was definitive enough for the doctor to tell her that she couldn't get pregnant again. So why would she need more exams?
Once that's done, it would tell me what my next step would be.
Isn't her next step surgery? I mean, that's what she already told us.
So I guess what I'm trying to get at is at the end of the day, at least now I know an answer and I would know my next move would be to get those scar tissues removed.
But right now, with everything going on in the world, I don't want to be in and out of doctors or hospitals, and I don't want to be in a hospital if I wouldn't be able to come with me. Like, poor timing for all of that, I guess.
Poor timing, huh? Didn't think this way when you were actively trying to get pregnant in the middle of 2020 and the worst time to have a baby, and apparently when you were having financial struggles. So now you're thinking of this when everything is starting to get back to normal, but not when it was actually happening. Okay, Jess Fam's husband was allowed in with her when she was doing her little surgery to get her tits removed. You don't think Kwa would get the same treatment? And even if so, what does it really matter? Karen has already been in and out of the ER all willy-nilly by herself with no issue, basing it off of trying to get pregnant and miscarriages during the peak of the crisis, not to mention all the Botox strips and her little ovarian cyst situation that she handled all on her own. So she doesn't want to go through surgery yet because she wants Kwa to be with her. But she also stated in this video that she's actively not trying to prevent a pregnancy from happening, even though the surgery is needed to prevent another miscarriage. So instead of being safe and taking the proper precautions to avoid more child loss that apparently was so traumatic for her, she's literally doing nothing to stop another one from happening, which by default would force her to be alone in the hospital without Kwa.
Fucking sick, dude.
It's hard for me to answer that. And I'm the type of person where once I want to do it, I'll go do it that day.
Oh, kind of like how instead of actually finding out if you were pregnant or not in June, after apparently losing a bunch of babies, the first thing you did, literally the day you found out, was go off and buy a bunch of party favors for a pregnancy announcement, not for Kwa, but for YouTube to make money. And I like how she thinks she can just go get a surgery on a whim.
Like, I won't wait. So like, once the idea gets in my head and I can't not put it off any longer, it's gonna happen like that week.
That's not how that works, sis.
But I find it quite funny coming from a chick who apparently has had a handful of miscarriages within the last year or so, but has yet to be seen by a doctor.
There's a lot of sex questions on here.
I know. I was like, geez,
My goodness.
so nosy.
Calls them nosy, but always talking about f***ing each other in their vlogs. You know, on their vlog channel featuring their children. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's all I have for you today. I don't think I need to explain all this mouth breathing any further. The contradictions are insane. They are never consistent with their lies, and to be honest, I don't know what they are worse with, deceit and manipulation or their money. In conclusion,
Where's my money, man? No, huh? Yeah, that's what happens, man. Oh my God! Yeah, that's what happens.